Welcome to Managing Asia. I'm Christine Tan. Parties seem to be in full swing this time of the year, but beer makers are hardly chilling out, with many battling for pole positions, seeking acquisitions and alliances. Today we tap into this intriguing competitive business with the CEO of Heineken in an exclusive interview. Jean-Francois van Boxmeer has had a busy 3 years. This is the man behind Heineken's headline acquisition, including the joint takeover of British brewer Scottish and Newcastle with Carlsberg in 2008. Though some said the Dutch beer giant overpaid for it, it vaulted Heineken to number 3 position in the world.
It had a component about Europe to fix our leadership position in Europe, if you will, and we have over the last 10 years spent 16 billion making 39 acquisitions, and we entered 30 new countries, and the vast majority of it was all in emerging markets.
Over the past decade, consolidation has swept through the beer industry, rivals buying out rivals in the race for market share, raising questions if the Netherlands-based company could keep the good times rolling. Heineken got a shot in the arm when it made the acquisitions, making a splash in emerging markets, which were overtaken by bigger rivals SAB Miller and Anheuser-Busch.
It gave us access to the very promising market in India, where we have more than 50% market share today. And the second acquisition came in 2010, and that was about Mexico and Brazil, two fast-growing beer markets where beer is still growing, and also where we see a lot of potential for our flagship Heineken brand going forward.
Van Boxmeer knows the beer business inside out. A company man since 1984, he started out cleaning fermentation tanks as a trainee, rising up the ranks, looking after businesses in Africa, Poland, Italy, now back in the Netherlands, running the group. Heineken pulled in nearly 700 euros in net profits in the first half of the year. But earnings could fizzle out for the rest of the year as Europe's economic problems weigh on consumer sentiment, leaving the industry with a hangover.
It is a perfect storm in Europe because we have no growth, by and large because of no population growth. In Europe, we had, of course, over the last 10 years, we have been closing down 47 brewing and malting plants. We have been restructuring a lot, boosting our productivity, and at the same time investing in innovation and new products in order to gain market share. So the game is tough, but we have to create a mindset in the company to win, because it's all about, even in the market is, if the market is decreasing, you have to put the mindset of the people to winning.
You're heavily exposed to economies in Western Europe, which are now struggling with a debt crisis. In August, you warned that weak consumer sentiment and a bad summer would actually wipe out profit growth this year. Are you seeing any signs of improvement going into next year?
Well, I'm waiting for the next summer. I hope it will be better. So that is something you can't do anything about it. Economic circumstances in Europe are tough. And it translates essentially in our market that people are going out less than they usually do. And consumer sentiment is all about what people think their future will be, and that make them more optimistic or more pessimistic. And that has an influence of how they behave, how they go out, and also, for part of it, how they and how much they consume our products.
When you look at your exposure to Western Europe,